It is Wednesday night. We are only a couple days from entering a new year. And one of the things that I've always just thought about is looking back along my journey and the things that have kind of shaped and shifted my life. And I kind of shared that in a post today. But I still wanted to say that no matter what, I am still thrilled and honored for the opportunity to do this. And although we only have a limited time together, I'm going to enjoy it. So come on with me, guys. I have a great guest who hopped in on the fly. She's amazing. She's actually been on the show before, but we're going to open up and talk about a lot of things she's got going on. And we're going to learn a few things about getting on video. So we'll talk about that and so much more with our guest, Miss Sri Mahabir. So let's go. Let's get this show started, folks.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, you know I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and a pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like I'm Dunder Mifflin. See the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Van Gogh. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been.
All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. We got a wonderful show lined up for you this evening. Just like the always amazing Miss Yolanda Chin is doing. If you're checking us out for the first time over on our YouTube channel, thank you so much. Please do me a favor if you are. Or you haven't, this is your first time. So head over to the Gabe Blue Experience using that user tag on our YouTube page. Do me a favor, hit the notification bell, subscribe to our channel. It will let you know whenever we are live, whenever we schedule new lives, and whenever we drop new video content on our YouTube channel. So thank you if you're checking us out over on YouTube. I do appreciate it. We're at 1,000 subscribers and growing. Thank you. Appreciate it. All right, where are we going to head next? Well, how about our favorite platform? That's right. We are streaming on our favorite platform. And yes, I do have favorites. So when you have to pick out a favorite kid, that might be hard. Not for me on social media. It is LinkedIn, so you can check us out streaming on our LinkedIn profile. That is right. Same deal. Go ring my bell on my profile. That's right. And it'll let you know whenever I put new event posts on there. It'll let you know whenever I put any kind of new videos, anything that I share on my profile, you can follow it along. So head over to my LinkedIn profile. Follow me if you're not already doing that. So we got some amazing people already checking us out on our favorite platform. Look at this, Miss Yolanda Chin. She comes in here night in and night out. What's up, Mr. Randy House is in the house. Hello, Nicole. Thank you for tuning in. We got a really great guest lined up tonight, guys. And just like our buddy, Trevor Tomian, who has been on the show, he's checking us out over on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Way to go, buddy. Appreciate you. So before I go any further, though, let's get a lot of our house cleaning issues out of the way. And yes, just so you know, there might be stragglers hopping in and out from the stream here, and checking out my buddy, Mr. Mike Asherbrainer, who's doing his Hounds of Business live right now. So I just came from that show, so I could come do my own. So you might want to see, some of the cool people over there. And yes, it is. yes, Mr. Kunkel, we do have a great guest lined up. But before I forget, it's Bree. That's even better. Bree's here. So not even Trevor. Thank you. Bree. Thank you for letting me know. All right. You can also head over to our swag store. That's right. We got swag, just like the amazing Chris Hennessy and Miss Krista Brenner are doing there. Head over to our Impro Media, or excuse me, Unfiltered Live swag store. That is right. We got our own swag. We got shirts, hats, mugs, journals, cups. I mean, come on. What else do you need? And look how sweet it looks on these amazing people. So, want to get your own hands on some Unfiltered Live swag? Head over to www.mavensandmerch.com/Gabe Leal. Head over to the Creators tab, and you can find our Unfiltered Live swag there, some of our Impro Media swag. And you can also find swag from some of the other amazing creators that are represented by the Mavens and Merch. So thank you, Dr. Z, Dr. Dana, for what you do for us creators and helping us get our swag out there. So also, let's give a little love to our Inky Black team. They are the ones that helped us with our Impro Media design logo and for the Unfiltered Live show as well. Want to learn more how they can help you get your branding done and learn more about the Inky Black method? Head over to www.inkyblack.design today and schedule your consultation with Mr. Guy Graves and Miss Dana Fellows. Okay, we are here. We are Swagalicious. Thank you for sharing that. Mr. Belaney is in the house. What is up? Mr. Elite Streamer himself tuning in. What an honor. Anyway, okay, let's get started with tonight's show. So there are times in your journey as a live stream show creator or just creating video in general or anything where not everything is going to work out, right? I mean, even some of the best laid plans don't work out. And we have this guest on this evening because plans did not work out. So actually I had somebody scheduled to come in, had a change of plans, and this person stepped up pretty quickly, and I am honored to have her back on the show. If you have not checked out our past episode, again, head over to our YouTube channel and you can see our first interview with each other. We've actually been on each other's streams on Instagram. We've actually been on a few streams on TikTok. So yeah, she's live on TikTok, just like I am. And it's been fun trying it out. It's kind of how this sort of talked and developed a little bit. So please help me welcome to the show, guys. Hopefully she is your friend. She's my friend. She is our friend. She will become all of our friend tonight. Help me welcome none other than the amazingly talented, incredible, what other adjectives can I use to say hello to Miss Sri Mahabir. Here she is, folks. You are getting everything tonight from this amazing lady. How are you? Thank you for thank you for doing this and filling this in. This was again an unexpected treat. I'll put it this way. Like, I didn't plan on doing this, and I didn't even have the idea of reaching out and having a backup. And when I mentioned it to you, you were like, let's do it. And I love that attitude. I think some of the best conversations and things happen when those sort of things, pop into place and you just start doing these things. So let's say hello to Sri. Let everybody know. Oh, bless you. Oh my gosh. And yes, Mr. Mark, her eyes are pretty awesome, right? I mean,
thank you.
They're on point, I guess you would say. All right, let's start talking a little bit about, for those who might. So we have some people who are new to the show who weren't part of the first time that we came on live.
Hello.
And we are bringing on a new audience, a new crowd. So let's tell a little bit of everybody about who Miss Sri is and what you do as an amazing person, creator, coach, strategist. You do it all. So let's talk a little bit about that and open up that can of worms and start sharing what you do every day, because you do something every day.
I help entrepreneurs create engaging videos that make money. My name is Sri, and being a video marketing producer didn't happen overnight. It started with being afraid to be on camera, being afraid to share my story. But I knew if I wanted to build visibility to my business, I had to put myself out there. And I just want to say hello to everybody who's joining in. I appreciate you, your love and support. When I started going live on Instagram, I was like, well, let's do this. So, yes, don't mess with me.
Thank
So,
you. I have a guest. Wait. This is an honor because I have a guest where Mr. Roth will just sit there and hopefully cross my fingers behave tonight.
no problem. He can be him.
He can be him, but I think he's like, you know what? I don't want to mess with her though. Like, but I love
Well,
that.
but the short story is I knew I needed to build visibility. This was the pandemic, March 2020, everything shuts down. April 2020, I'm trying to think, how do I get visibility? I'm seeing Jay Shetty, Gary Vee, different people going live. And I saw my friend going live and I was like, well, I can do that. And so 9 people said no to me. The 10th one said yes. And here we have, I've been going live and it's turned into my full time business. I even got laid off. Part of being laid off may have been I was going live on LinkedIn,
It happens.
maybe. But
Maybe.
but also it opened the door to possibilities. I became a published author. I was building visibility to who is this person? What does she do? It also helped me understand what are things that I need to be working on within myself. What are these things that I keep pushing down, such as I don't believe I have a story. I don't believe that I can impact another person. And changing that narrative and saying, no, you can help somebody, even if it's one person. There's somebody out there who's going through struggle. I got in a car accident December 5th. I don't have a car. It's a long story going through a lawyer, but instead of being focused on, I don't have a car, I can't do this, I'm looking at, well, okay, let's focus on some things that I can develop. Let's look at what can I change in my strategy. I go live every day
Yeah.
basically. From what Tuesday to Friday, I'm live on one of the platforms with a wonderful co-host or by myself. I'm educating, I'm either interviewing, and what's going on, Annie? What's going on, Robert? And I'm also, if I'm not posting, I'm in the background and I actually do makeup. So I do makeup for a few people. I'm doing their video content. I have my agency where we are going after clients, doing social media strategy, doing the proposals for producing and for live streaming or podcasting. I'm talking to potential clients for one-on-one coaching because not everybody wants to be doing this, but they know that if you want to get out there in front of your potential client, you've got to add video, you've got to add the live streaming. And some just want to level up on their public speaking or want to just be comfortable to stand in a room and present their thoughts, their presentations, and not be afraid of somebody talking about them.
Yeah. And, even to speak to what you were just talking about and doing all of these things and how this started when you were in the pandemic. I mean, you're on the precipice of something pretty important next week. Like this is incredible. This is for those who've never done these things or have put anything together, next week on January 5th, she's going to be doing her, not 100, not 150, her 200th live stream, which is huge. Like, I do not overlook those sort of milestones because it's a lot of work and it's something that you've that you've invested a lot of time and effort into doing. So let me ask you this, because I always love this question when I ask other creators. Have you ever gone back and seen where you were from step one and now looking forward to what episode 200 is going to be like how much Sri has kind of grown and developed over that time? Because again, it was all new back then, and here you are now. I'm gonna just say it, a seasoned veteran and doing what you do. So, have you seen the growth and the changes in what you've done, and how do you equate to using that for coaching and teaching other people as well? Because that's something that a lot of people don't see in the forefront when you start talking about getting started and doing live streaming or video in general.
It's a big change. Like I look back at some of my videos, especially the first one. I was so nervous. I think I still remember I didn't even have a proper light stand. I just had a globe, a hair tie, and a jewelry box and a dream. And I knew I was going to do something big. And I was thinking in my head, what if I make say the wrong stuff? I had so many things that could went wrong, but we still went live. We had about 60 people show up, and every live I learned something new. I learned to create a process. I learned to create show notes. I didn't have anybody to reach out and extend and say, "Hey, what do you do for producing?" Or there was not any of that because this was just on Instagram. So people weren't really taking it seriously. And it's only when people started to realize, okay, this is the real deal, like this can lead to bigger things. That's when I started to think, okay, I need to start working with someone. It's when I
Right.
hit my 100th live in June that I realized I want to invest in working in a coach. This free stuff is great, but it's not taking me to where I want to go.
Right.
So I started working with a coach, then I started to hone in on who do I want? How can I offer my services? Can I do? Some of it I didn't even have together. It was just I knew I was going to do a 6-week coaching program. I figured it along the way. Then came I got laid off. And so in 2022 I really invested thousands of dollars and I look back. But from branding, understanding true branding, understanding just getting in front of clients online and understanding this is a long-term play, understanding how does LinkedIn work, how does Instagram work, how does TikTok work, and even just understanding how does video putting together a video, how can you speak to your client? Why is it important to show certain aspects behind the scenes, the the testimonials? How
Yeah.
do you make this video entertaining? Because when we started doing videos in 2020, it doesn't look the same now.
No.
And what we were doing for videos in 2021 is not what we're doing in the beginning of 2022, and let alone in the end of 2022. So when I'm telling you, when I got into the car accident, I saw it as a blessing. First, I walked away. Two, I was able to even get more focused in my craft of creating videos. How
Right.
can I teach this to somebody? So every little step has helped me. And when I was even talking to Gabe, just asking simple questions, it's even opening a door to something that is a possibility that I could leverage and add to my business. So if
Yeah.
you're out there thinking and you're listening to this and you're like, well, how does this help me? Well, think about what do you know about yourself that you know you can do?
Right.
Now think about what are the things that you don't know you can do. That's
Mm.
stuff that video has helped me to understand, such as I had public speaking gigs this week or this year. I love makeup. And so I have a makeup course. I just need to put it out.
And you put it down.
I've learned basic lighting. Like I'm not at my house, so I understand basic lighting. And I
Th-
even started a Facebook group and I understand how Facebook communities work. I'm not saying I know it 100%, but anybody who's a video creator and who's new in the business, I I know how to help them build that up.
Well, and just a lot of the things that you've already done as your journey has sort of progressed is you're taking the initiative of saying, "Hey, I am so unsure of a lot of these things," um, but yet you're still facing them and going, "You know what? I'm going." It's better to do it than to not do it and not put that out there into the world, because then you never know exactly where you're going to be able to capitalize on something like that. So, kind of like what Yeah, actually, they do a pretty good job. So Bree, who runs a Facebook group herself, I mean, they've spent time, and they're actually there's a lot of people that have these sort of experiences, and I love the fact that you can reach out and collaborate with somebody and get the ideas of like how to actually build that out and manage it. Like, things are, learning how to run one thing on one platform doesn't always work and doesn't always translate to somewhere else. I mean, I've learned that myself as far as like being a creator. Like I'm I've created a LinkedIn group, and it doesn't work the same way as it does on Facebook. It's totally different. It's more open, energetic. There's a lot more that goes into it. So I see why people find the interest in doing Facebook here, because even though we come here to LinkedIn, and yes, we spend a lot of time here, there are social media platforms elsewhere, folks, just so you know. And there's still ways to go grow and use them and leverage them to what you're talking about. You're leveraging Instagram now to do this. And one of the things that we've been doing lately, and just talking about and idea wise, was like doing it through TikTok. I mean, it's another platform that, again, it's now, when you think about it in terms of where it stands, it's become the second, or I think I read it's the biggest SEO platform out there in the world now. Like TikTok, like how do you not like want to translate some of the things that you do there and go push that content over there? Now mine's a little bit like, I need clarity on it. Like I'm not good at doing these things sometimes, and I'm not ashamed to admit it. But I like the fact that you've sort of tightened down those hatches for yourself and say, these are the things that I am very good at, and some of the things that I need to work on, just like what you were just mentioning and doing the makeup thing. I mean, we talked about this before, and it's like we overcomplicated ourselves. Like we put these barriers up and say, gosh, am I any good at doing this? Can I do this? Will it work? Because you always comparatively look at other things, and you know what? You don't have to compare yourself to somebody else. You go out there and do those things, and you're going to be able to find. I mean, you've already found an audience. You've already found people. I mean, you've already found clients. You've already turned this into what you're doing as a full-time creator. I mean, we sit here and talk about it, but you're actually doing it, and you're actually living it. And that's something that like I hold in high regard of what you do, because you've taken that and you've run with it. And, I haven't, like, honestly, I'm just going to say, I haven't really thought about it myself. Like other people have taught me and told me I should have. I didn't think about doing this until really 3 months ago. Like that's how willy nilly I was in doing these things. Like, because I thought to myself, the whole syndrome that you have there, like, what value am I going to add? Like, what can I do? Like, in learning what that is for me. So, how do you help somebody who maybe who is in that place where they're like, hey, I'm interested in doing that and getting on video and getting on camera. I just don't know, like, where to even begin, or like, would anybody even like watch what I do? I mean, I've been told that plenty of times. Like, who's going to watch me? Like, who's going to tune into what I have to share? So how do you guide people into doing that when they want to reach out to you and start working with Miss Sri?
I always start with mindset, because no matter how many coaches you work with, you you are going to be the one person that's going to get in your way of your success. That's period. No matter how many coaches I've worked with this year, I've realized that the person that was getting in the way was myself. So
Mm-hmm.
mindset plays a huge role in how, even if you want to get on camera, you want to create the content, if you're consistently saying to yourself, I don't know, it has to be the right time, it has to be the perfect setting, it has to be the perfect light, then it will never happen. If you just say, well, I'm going to make it happen with what I have now, it's
Right.
going to happen. So going back and understanding, what is it, that story that you're continuously telling yourself that you're holding on to and working past that, then it comes to who who are you talking to? Because you'll hear a lot of times, speak to one person, speak to one person. Well, who is that one person? Let's
Mm.
define and look into that one person.
Yeah.
And then it's going into, well, what are you going to be talking about? What is your offer? What is your program? How does it, because sometimes we're just like we overcomplicate it. You've got one thing that you're selling. Gotta make it simple. We're out here like, I'm gonna sell XYZ. Stop. Just sell one thing. A friend of mine who I co-authored with, he
Mm.
didn't really have any money. As of today, in his Facebook community, and I was a part of that coaching, him and his partner have made $2 million. So
Wow.
Facebook communities, you can make money. You can
Mm.
make money off of your social media platform, but it takes work, it takes dedication, and it goes back to that understanding that mindset. You are you going to be the person that's going to do that extra call, that extra email, that extra outreach, or are you going to be the person who says, "Well, I give up. I'm not seeing any results. I've been doing this for 3 months." I've
Yeah.
been in some challenges this year where they didn't see success for 14 years. And now all of a sudden they're seeing it.
Right.
But mindset is what's really important. So going back, I always bring up mindset, but it goes into this process. I have a 12-week program. First thing we start is with mindset, and then it gets into who are you speaking to, your offer. Then it gets into live streaming. Why do live streaming? How does live streaming play a role in your strategy?
Right.
Because at the end of the day, if you have a product, a service, you want people to be able to ask questions. Just like all of you who are here, if you have a question, ask. Like,
Right. I mean,
if you're thinking about either working with myself or even with Gabe, the best time to ask is always during a live. Ask with understanding, will this person be able to help me walk through where I'm going through? I love Gabe, but I feel that Shree's going to take me there. Or
yeah.
I love Shree, but I know Gabe is going to take me where I want to go.
Right. And that's the thing. Like you can't just you it's hard to say that's going to monopolize one way or the other. Like there are things that you're going to be able to communicate better than I can to somebody else. And there are things that I'm going to be able to communicate better through somebody else. So say somebody's more of a technical learner, right? There, if you're along those lines, we're probably going to get, we're probably going to align a lot better as far as like running down the technical side and learning what that is. And then say somebody that comes along to you who wants to learn the side of how do I communicate? How do I become more confident? How to become all these other things? They're going to probably get a lot better um, value out of working with you. Like that is how all these things sort of work because we all have different specialties. We all have different ways of passing things along. And I love, for me, it's more of the technical side of showing people what live streaming is, not so much as far as the value of like, I don't know, how do I lead gen with it? How do I do all these other things with it? Like to
It is
me,
important, right? Those things are business
yeah,
parts of it. But there's other parts of understanding. You don't get everything just from social media. You
no,
have to go out, talk to people, network, join other groups. It's what we're afraid to say it, but it is true. We got to pay to play.
yeah.
Period. And I hate using that.
No, no, see,
Period.
no, that's a stigma though. That's a stigma that people don't actually realize. Like you don't. Like, okay, so you're not going to go into, let's just say, a college, right? You're not going to go into a college and say, "Hey, can you teach me this course for free?" Or "Can you teach me this for free?" Like they're going to laugh you out. Like no, like that's not going to happen. Like there are look, and the thing is, you probably can find a lot of the things that I do, a lot of the things that you do, a lot of the things that some of these other creators do all over YouTube. Like, I'm not going to lie, you can. Problem is, are you going to spend the hours upon hours searching to bring and gapping all those things together? Or are you going to work with me and say, here's my 12-week course that has everything that you've already been searching for, lock, stock, and barrel? It's so easy to put all that stuff together and work and find all the information like that. It's a long and arduous journey if you're doing it the DIY way. And there's a reason people pay coaches. There's a reason that people pay other individuals to help kind of sort of guide them in terms of finding what they're searching for, because it's tough. It's tough to like say, this is it. This is like, I found everything that I need. Like, no, like you can go watch a YouTube video, but I'm going to tell you what, learning how to set up your camera, or learning how to set up your lighting, or learning how to set up your positioning, or learning how to set up all those things, like working with the professional and saying, like, I'll show you how to do it real quick. Watch this. Like, it takes that down to, something simple, so we don't have to overcomplicate it. And that makes it, and that's the whole thing about it. It's like you're able to put all those things together and help somebody get started down doing that. So why don't we talk a little bit about some of the things that you've got brewing? Like I know you did mention, she's got a 21-day video challenge that she's doing now. So if you want to check that out, I have the comment in the chat. But we'll also share that for you before we end the show here. But why don't you tell people a little bit about what that is and what might be the expectations of taking that challenge with you and working with you?
Well, going back to something we were talking about, which is pay to play. Pay to play could be paying for memberships. Some of the memberships out there, if we really look at where we're going, the trajectory of connecting, networking, and business, we're starting to see people are creating memberships. And within the membership, you will start to funnel in leads. So think about this. If you're paying $50, $60, $30 a month, you don't see the fruition until 90 days.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're trying to be honest with each other, that's why I will join some memberships, because it's a pay to play. I can network with people, I can learn, of course, but also some people actually stay within groups because they're generating leads. People
Yeah.
get to know you, you're speaking up. Now, and I just want to say thank you to everybody with all the kind comments that you're saying about me. Now, about the 21-day challenge, it's also another way to get to know people. It's within my Facebook community. So it is a 21-day challenge. I provide you a daily prompt. I tell you how long the video should be. I have 3 workshops that are within the 21 days where I teach you how to use CapCut, simple editing on your phone, that will create videos that will in turn speak. Just because I give you the prompt now takes the next step of learning how to make it more engaging. There will
Right.
also be there are also going to be two bonuses. One bonus is 2 extra workshops will be included. There will also be worksheets, like powerful words to use, along with a worksheet that helps you to really plan out your video, because we think that if you really think about how you take video, it may be taking you hours. Why is it taking you hours? Did you actually sit down and work and write out what you're going to say? What shots will you take? What's going to be in that shot? No, we don't do that. We do it on the fly. And I'm going to be showing you how to do that in the 21 days. We'll also take all of the participants and put you in a private group. So not only will you be able to network with others, but you will also to get daily feedback from me. So you're going to know right on the spot, hey, this needs to be worked on, or this needs to be a little bit clearer. Because at the end of the day, you want to make money. This
Right.
small investment is going to turn into something huge. And I would love, love, love for you to come and join in. Definitely be part of my free Facebook community and be part of the 21-day video challenge. The video challenge is $97 for the 21 days, but with all that it comes with, you're getting more value. Usually this challenge is $297, but I'm just only doing it for $97.
Listen to that, man. Y'all getting a deal for walking into learning how to do video. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I got people here in the comments who are still like trying to figure that out, what that is for them. Like they have a story, they have a tale, they have a journey, but they don't know exactly how to put it on video and communicate it out there. And it's pretty powerful once you do. So I love the fact that you're offering that. And I'm going to bring this up real quick for you guys. If you want to learn, that's right. She does have her Facebook group. So if you want to learn to get into her Facebook group, you can head over to www.facebook.com/groups/get confident on camera or cam. Let's put it that way. And then also, if you want to learn more about what she's doing with her 21-day challenge, that's right. You can head over to https://bystripe.com. I will drop this again with a link in the comments if you want to learn how to do the video challenge and what she's trying to teach you guys and getting on camera. So there you go. That is how we do it. And Bama, look at what Nick just said. I just joined the challenge now. So
Go, Nick.
there
Nick
you
is
go.
actually in Thailand. That's super cool. I met him through, I just forgot her name. And she's going to, it's a mutual friend that Russ introduced us. I did a public speaking event. And I just love how, with age and nervousness, and just how you forget names on tip on our tongue, but it's through this beautiful person that um, that I was able to connect with Nick. And Dan, I love that you said that. I just was like, well, I gotta say the price because it's not a free challenge. It is, there's a lot of work and there's a lot of thought going into it because 2023 is days away. You can either sit on the sideline or you can say, you know what, let me just have somebody help me. I don't really have to think much other than the video that I need to put together. And she's just going to provide the prompts. And I have the prompts and structured in a way that there is a storyline. There is a way to put yourself out there. Because at the end of the day, I've been in 21-day challenges and it was just random. I don't believe in random. I believe that there needs to be structure. And I believe that when your content has structure, and I want to thank John for the help of reminding me that structure is needed when it comes to social media posting, it will make sense.
Yes.
After, before you know it, I remember when I got my first client in 21 days. That's how powerful it is when you do it correctly.
Yes. And that's, again, that's incredible as far as like when you want to get down that path and getting started. And people are going to sit down with themselves this week and they're going to be like, these are some of the things that I want to start doing into 2023. Get your story out there on video, man. Like we talked about the importance and the impact of what it can do in the long term. Whether you're doing it, look, whether you're just doing it for, whether you're doing it for business and to make money, or sometimes just to get yourself into a point of what you talk about and showing people how to become confident. And there's so many things that come from being able to do that. So I love that you're sharing that with people. And, I want people to learn more about it and to go follow what you're doing. So, and real quick before you guys, before we,
Cammy was her name. Nick, we were introduced by Cammy.
okay, Cammy, is it Cammy Watson?
Cammy Hughes. I
Oh,
am
Tammy
to
Hughes.
say,
Yes.
I blame it on the old age.
Hey, there's a lot of things to blame on old age, but forgetting names ain't one of them. It happens, man. You can't. I mean, that's why I tell people sometimes when I do things, they might forget my name, but they will not forget who I am, and that's the
And
fun
how
part
you
about.
feel about the person. Sometimes I forget names, but I always remember. I've talked to, in total, of all the lives that I've done, I've talked to close to, I know I've done 200 on Journey of an Entrepreneur, but done close to 300. And I always remember the person's energy, the way they made you feel.
Right.
So this is a tip that I will share. Anybody who's doing live streaming, you always want to remember the experience that your guest has. How do you make them feel from the moment they get asked to be on the show all the way to the time it's time to do the show? How do you make them feel? And then how do you make your viewers feel after the fact? Do you reach out? Do you talk to them? Sometimes it takes me a few days to get back to people, but I want to know if there was something that we could have done better, or something that could have been, what are questions that you would like? And this is things that I did in 2020 to help understand how this show, Journey of an Entrepreneur, could help others.
Right. And that's, again, it's not a small feat, folks. Like, if you don't know and have ever put yourself in a position to do a live stream, to do a video, put yourself on camera, it takes quite a bit. Like, even when you're doing it willy nilly, like, even when you're just turning it on, like, there's still things that have to go into turning on a camera and starting to talk. Like, so I don't ever undervalue or undersell the importance of getting on camera and doing these things. And I love that that is like part of who you are and what your mission is getting more and more people to do that. Because, honestly, I'm just going to say it. You never know when the next Tony Robbins or somebody runs into you and they start working with you and they kind of blossom. And that's always the thing that I've always hampered on, is like, you never know where that person's going to come from. So don't shut it off, and you allow somebody to open up and work in those sort of terms. Like, yeah, man, you open your world to opportunity. You open your world to so many things. So I love that you've continued to not only push it, but then concentrate a lot more on it. And I think where you and I, when we started talking, like, you even brought that into attention for myself. Like, I haven't even got to that point of thinking about it. And like, you've worked on it from the back end and sort of built it up from that point, where I was like, you know what, I haven't even thought about how to get to the back end, first of all, and start working that. So, but I think that's where, seeing sort of where your growth has taken off and where you're headed for 2023 and the potential that you have, it's pretty amazing. And like, that's for me, and we've both talked about this is where I need to sit down with myself and figure that out and start moving in that direction for me. Like, there are things that I need to do. And, those who've watched the show, you guys know, like, you guys have told me in the background, and it's now to that point of where there's no more hiding around it, no more excuses. There's no more nothing gave. You just got to start doing it. So, and allow myself again to say, I think it was Bree who said it earlier. She's like, you're going to do it messy when you start out. It's going to be messy. It's not going to be pretty. Like, I figure that's probably going to be the case, but you put up your own walls and your own barriers, and you're like, man, do I want to go through that? But we will. I will. Trust me. I'll get to that. I'll get to that point. But one more thing that I do want to talk about and mention is that, I will be ending the show on the 30th, and you guys kind of already know that. And I will be taking that social media break. But one of the things that me, both, and Sri have started talking about, and we're just preliminary doing, is doing a collaborative stream on TikTok. So if you don't follow either one of us, and you are on TikTok, like, why aren't you following us? That's my first question. Like, what's wrong with you? And then second, you will start seeing us come share more and more kind of like what these conversations are now, and just opening up about finding it, what that is for you in your whole content creation journey. Because, again, content is king, and people are still finding ways to make money with it. And my thing is, why not you? Why can't you get a piece of that pie? So, you got somebody like yourself who's putting these challenges and these courses and these ways to learn how to do this out there into the world. Jump on it, man. This is the time. Like, this is the time where, like, again, who's happy right now? I'm going to tell you who's happy. Who's the happiest people right now are a lot of the gyms that are around the world. They're like, January 1st, memberships are going to go through the roof, and people are going to pay to go work out. And like, what is the value you're going to get from that? So same thing here. I mean, you're going to take value out of getting the opportunity to put yourself out on camera and doing it. So sign up, man. It's almost like Christmas in January again. You're going to get the opportunity to not do that. So, and yes, Florence, I will. I love that question. She's been one of the cool ones who's been following me on Instagram. So yeah, I won't be as far as more on the technical side of doing live streams. I'm going to start trying to do the other thing, like the sharing of my ideas and content and what I do on other platforms. So yeah, it's going to be different, but I got to go figure that out. But I love the fact that, we're going to get the opportunity to do this. It's been fun. And
What would you say is your word? Because we had that come up. I think it was Bree who said she's going to do it regardless.
yeah,
But I would say that for me, my two words are believe and consistency. Regardless of, yes, my six words for the year, I did it regardless of circumstance. My two words is belief and consistency, because you have to believe. You have to believe that something's going to come out of it, whether it's a lesson, an experience, a sale, a new friend. You just have to believe and just being consistent. This last year has taught me. I've cried on live. I've had
yeah,
meltdowns. I've had a burned
yeah,
out.
yeah,
I've shared all of this. I didn't shy away. I've been able to pay off my, like when I got laid off, I paid off everything. So the debt I have right now is for the business. But this journey I've been on books. I've been using boxes. Now we've like leveled up in how it looks in live streaming. So not it's not easy to show up and be like, well, this is what I have, and then they go work with someone else. That
right,
wasn't for that person wasn't for me. It's the same thing with you. You're going to start showing up. People may say they want to work with you. They may say that you have what they're looking for, but then go pay more money to work with someone else.
right.
It's nothing to do with you. It has to do with them. Just keep on being consistent. As you learn, as you experience, you will grow. And before you know it, people are going to be knocking on your door consistently.
Yeah. And I love that. And I think, like that's the transition for me, um, into 2023. My two words are intentional action, like to do things along those lines of saying, I want to be intentional with the things I do. Um, my word last year was integrity. And I always sort of choose a theme that goes along with that. So I think that will be for me moving in forward. It's where I think that's part of it, is sitting down what that's going to be for me and to get that all worked out. That's what my first week of my January will be, is to sit down with myself and evaluate everything from every aspect, from every angle, from everything, and figure out where to move forward directly. Where do I need to put all my action and put all my focus into. So those are things that I got to sit down with, and I plan
Nicole
on.
said something. That's where I am looking for the right mentor. If you're looking for the right mentor, first start with, who are you?
Yeah,
What are your goals? Where are you trying to go? Because you can meet some really great mentors out there, but they just may not be in alignment to you.
yeah,
So if you understand what you're trying to do, where you're trying to go, you will, the right mentors, the universe has a way, and this may be woo woo to some, but it's just happened. I found the right mentor. They came into my life, and when it was the season was over, they no longer are in my life. Not that because of something bad, it's
yeah,
just that in that time, that's what I needed.
yeah,
And so you reevaluate, where are you today? What is it that you need? And it will come to you.
yeah. And that's the thing to do for myself when I go sit down. Like, think about that. Like, I think the focus. I mean, that's why I said I have to find the first thing that I really need to focus on, because that's going to lead me into finding the right mentor. So I think that's priority number one, is sitting down what that is. So if it's concentrating, let's just say I'm just using this as an example of public speaking. Well, I need to find a mentor who's going to walk me through that and get me to that point. I mean, again, it's not rocket science and how to figure out how to sort of get the things that you sort of want out of it, but you got to have the idea and the focus to do it and to go out there and just really like I said, put a lot of action and intention behind what that is for me. So that's the part of sitting down with myself that I'm going to be looking forward to, and just, again, meditate, center, do a lot of things. So I will be down those lines of doing that, but oh my gosh, time goes by so fast. It goes so, again, real quick, what is the best way that people can reach out to you? And then I will share again for you guys if you want to learn more about joining Sri's Facebook group, and then in the group learning how to join the 21-day challenge. So let's share that just a little bit so everybody can go find where you're spreading your magic, because you are spreading magic out into the world.
So you can definitely find me here on LinkedIn. If you would like to learn how to get in front of the camera, just be in a community, feel like, okay, I want to post my video somewhere. My free Facebook community is that for you. I also provide exclusive tips. There's content in there that I don't post anywhere else. I go live every Wednesday where I go over a topic that is voted on by the group, along with my 21-day video challenge. I would love for you to be a part of it. So definitely take advantage of that, where I provide you a daily prompt, tell you how long it should be. And I have it structured, so all you got to do is do the video. There are workshops, 3 planned workshops, and then there are 2 bonus workshops. There's also worksheets to help you. And before you know it, January will be over and the 21-day challenge starts, if somebody's asking, January 4th, and it ends January 30th.
There you go, folks. So thank you again. Thank you for hopping in, coming on. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for opening up and just sharing what you're putting out into the world. I do greatly appreciate it. And again, folks, real quick, and I'll drop this in the comments. You can learn more about the Facebook group. I will drop this in the comments here in just a second, folks. So if you can click on it and head over and learn more about how you can join her Facebook group, and start working with Serene and how to get started in doing the 21-day challenge, video challenge. So I'll drop both here in just a second in the comments, so you guys can follow along and join if you so are implied to do so. So, and thank you again, guys. You are, again, I don't know what to say. I'm running out of words. I'm running out of expressions. I'm running out of adjectives to say thank you. But I want to honor the opportunity to say thank you for always being a big part of what I've got to do as a creator, and seeing many of you going forward into my journey. I mean, this isn't the end. This is just hitting the pause button for a little while and seeing where life takes myself going forward. But I have been honored to be the host of the show and to be part of your guys' community. This is not just my community. This is our community. This is everybody here that shows up and is part of this. So you guys are amazing. I do appreciate it. Love all of you guys. And tomorrow we will be back Thursday night, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. Our guest, we got a 2-for-1 for you guys. So you're going to get a 2-for-1. We're going to have Miss Shelly Goldstein and Mr. Mark Bossert. We're going to talk about how you can develop your voice and becoming a speaker. So they're going to share a little bit about their own journeys, what they've done to help other people. I've done a session with them before. It was fun. It was exciting. It kind of gave me a different perspective on how I look at sharing my own story. So they'll be on the show tomorrow evening. Tune in, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. This is episode 99 that we will be on. So we will be one away from Friday. So there you go, folks. Thank you again. You guys have been amazing. I do from the bottom of my heart, say I appreciate it. Thank you. Like I said, I run out of adjectives and words what to say to express myself, but you guys have been amazing. I will be back tomorrow evening, 8:15 Eastern Standard Time. So until then, you know how it goes. Be well, stay well, live, love, and serve like no one else, and you will absolutely change the world around you. So until tomorrow evening, you guys have a wonderful rest of your night. I will talk to you then. Bye, everybody.